Hi, Aram Ganesh. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, thanks for having me here.
Yeah, so firstly, can you tell us about your preparation journey when you started preparing and all that?
Okay, so actually I 2019,
Okay,
but I did not give it as seriously as I wanted to. I got 99 in that. So my real preparation started from this year. So this year, 2020 April, I started.
okay,
So I first started with the basics. I enrolled in CrackU's program where I solved lots of quant questions. So for the initial phase, my preparation was entirely quant. I moved on to verbal and DILR. And around August to September, mocks. And yeah, yes, that's a brief overview of my journey. Then after the mocks, towards the end, it was only mocks and analysis of mocks.
okay. So, since you're a working professional, I think time was an issue for CAT preparation. How did you manage your time?
Nice question. Actually, I was very lucky in the fact that this year we had lockdowns. I mean, I shouldn't be saying this, but it helped because I did not have to commute and I was working from home. So that
Okay,
was one slight benefit that we had. And how did I manage my time is to demarcate work and cat clearly. So I told myself that I should work for this specified amount of time, and following a routine always helps. So you get up at a certain time, you are in office a certain time, and then you prepare for cat after that. So I am more of a night owl. So I preferred preparing in the nights more than in the mornings. I felt that when I gave mocks when I'm tired after work, if I'm able to do well in mocks in that state, I'll be able to do well in the exam as well. I really utilized my weekends very well. In my company, the weekends were mostly off, Saturday, Sunday. So
okay.
weekends you can study more than you usually can.
How did Krakow mock tests and sectional tests help you during your preparation?
Right. So CrackU was one of my favorite mock tests to take, mainly
Okay,
because the DILR and quant I felt were very on point to the actual cat. I really enjoyed solving DILR and quants. And after that, this year the video solutions are also added to all the mocks, which helped greatly. So Maruti sir and Sayali ma'am, most what I was saying was the video solutions really helped, and the video solutions in D especially got to explore a lot of new methods and new methods of solving which I was otherwise unaware of.
so can you tell us how many mocks did you take and how many hours of analysis you have done?
So I took around 75 mocks actually. I
Okay,
took from provider. My motto was to take a mock and analyze it for as much time as you took it. So in a 2 hour test, you take a mock for 2 hours, you analyze it for 2 to 3 hours. And I would together analyze 3-4 mocks which I took during the week. In the weekend, again one more round. I would sit and analyze 3-4 mocks together in the weekend as well as a second revision. Majority of the analysis would go towards quant and DILR, and some amount would go towards the reading comprehensions as well.
right. So, what was your most challenging section and how did you improve in that section? What was your strategy in that?
So my most challenging section was VARC. I was
Okay,
not very comfortable with the VARC at all. Meaning, I was okayish in reading, but I was getting questions wrong in the initial phase of mocks. So what I started doing was I'm not a voracious reader. So from June onwards, I started solving daily targets and any passages that I could get my hands on. So I solved 2 to 3 reading comprehensions every day. And slowly, what happened was within the span of 5, 6 months and within the mock and taking the mocks, I had realized I had solved more than 800 passages. I mean, it built over a long time. And organically, I started getting questions right. I was able to read slightly faster, understand better, narrow down the options. And even when the last two options are the problem for most of the students, where that's where they get stuck. But by reading more, by solving a lot, you'd be able to get the knack of identifying a particular fault in the last option, maybe a factual mistake, maybe an interpretational mistake. So my biggest improvement was my VRC. Even from my last year, I scored only 95th percentile, but this time I was able to score 99.43 in VRC.
Great. So, can you tell us about the strategy you followed in each section?
Right. So the strategy in verbal was my major chunk was coming from the reading comprehensions. So I would try and allocate as much time to RCs first. I would not do the VA part. So in a 40-minute paper, I generally spend 32, 33 minutes, even 34. In this cat, it took 30, 33, 34 minutes for me only in the reading comprehensions. And after that, I am strong in para summary. So I do that next. And if time permits, I then do the para jumbles and para elimination, which are theta anyway. So you could take a chance there, even if you get it wrong, it's just a bonus for you, right? For DILR, my strategy was I was strong in logical reasoning problems more
Okay.
than DI. So my strategy would be to read and pick. So I followed two strategies. I'll tell you the first one. The first one was to read all of them and then come to a conclusion on which and to make an order, priority order, and which to solve. But for some reason it did not work for me. So I took a second strategy where I would take a decision in 2 minutes. So I would read a passage, read a DLR set. If I know that if I can solve it, I'll solve it then and there. Otherwise, I'll leave it. So I would take a binary strategy. Instead of looking through every set, I would read a set. And if it's especially a logical reasoning set, I will give it 2-3 minutes and solve it then and there and then move on. And for quant was my strong section. So quant, I
Okay.
would attempt to solve a lot of questions. So I'm not very strong in geometry. So what I would do is I would attempt a lot of questions from arithmetic first in my first round. I
Okay.
divided the paper into two rounds. So the first round, I would attempt arithmetic and algebra problems. And then if time permits in the second round, I would come to the geometry and the number system questions.
Okay. So, what are some of the biggest mistakes you've done during your CAT preparation, and what did you learn from that?
Biggest mistake, at least initially, was not analyzing the marks properly.
Okay.
Actually, this is one. The mistake is in VARC. People generally tend to ignore the questions that they get correct, and this is wrong because it's not a section like quant where you can be absolutely sure of the answer. So there is a good chance that the logic in which you thought in this mock worked, but in the next mock it may not work. So what you should do is you should analyze the questions even when you got it right. Sit for 3 minutes and analyze why you got it right. You have to analyze why you got it wrong and why you got it right in BRC. The mistake is not coming up with more efficient ways of solving. That is, solving a question by itself should not be enough to boost your marks. You should try and get to the best solution possible. So the biggest mistake I did was only to solve the questions that I got wrong or I am not tempted. But my marks really started improving when I started doing the questions even which I got right. So when reiterating the analysis and reiterating my thought process, I was able to score much better than what I initially was scoring.
Right. So, can you tell us about how was it on the CAT day? Did it go as per your strategy, and how were you prepared for that?
So cat, as you know, we did not know the pattern before we went in, but I was in slot 2. So I
Okay.
knew the pattern before. VARC and the quant section was according to plan. I mean, I did not face much difficulty there. Uh, but the DILR section was the one that caused problems. I did not gauge the 6 question set properly, and I spent some time on it. Right. Actually, I want to tell one thing
Yeah.
about the importance of taking mock. Right. So when I did not do my DILR section well, at that time, at that instant, at that pressure, I really felt it because I felt that there was a lot of questions short, and even the questions which I attempted, I did not feel whether I could get it correct or not. But this is where practice helps because you face similar situation in mocks, and I was able to do bounce back in quant. Had I not taken that many amount of mocks, I don't think that I could have done the quant section as well as I did at the end.
Right. So, can you tell us what was that one most important thing that actually helped you improve your scores in any section?
Mocks, analysis of mocks, being open to different methods of solving, seeing video solutions, and then revising whatever new concepts that you've learned. Because we always fall back to our old, even if you pick up a new method, even if at that time you feel it is a good method, you won't remember it. It is not. it is not muscle memory for you. So my only mantra was to keep revising whatever I did in the weekends, and slowly discover new methods of solving and then implement it in the mocks as well and in the CAT paper as well.
Brilliant. So finally, is there anything else you want to tell the future CAT aspirants?
Right. To the future CAT aspirants, I would like to tell to start preparing right now. Even if at least start the passive preparation by reading concepts in quant and just developing a reading habit, and be prepared. CAT is a difficult exam. They throw a lot of surprises. All you can do is to practice a lot and prepare yourself for the worst case. You can't go in thinking that everything will go according to your plan. So your preparation should be to accommodate even the worst case scenario. It should be accommodated so that you can get into your dream B school.
Perfect. So thank you so much, Arun. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.